A BC-based woman is embarking on a 2-week cycling journey across BC in an effort to raise funds for a nonprofit very close to her heart. The organization, Canuck's Place Children's Hospice Care, a community-based organization that specializes in pediatric palliative care. Mireille Larosa is a devoted mom and passionate advocate, and we're lucky to have her joining us in studio. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
So tell us about your connection to Canuck Place.
My connection to Canuck Place is very personal, as you pointed out. My son, Charles Olivier, was diagnosed with a mitochondrial disease at the age of 7 months, and that was a disease from which he would never recover.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you for saying that. I do miss him. It's going to be 8 years on August 30th that he has passed, and I can still feel him in my arms, right? And so when that diagnosis fell, we were introduced as a family to the services of Canuck Place, and that's how we got connected with them, and that's when they began to care for him, care for me, care for my family, and essentially give him the best life that he could live, as short as it was.
That's such a wonderful way to look at it, but so bittersweet. What was it like with Canuck Place during that time, for you and your family and for Charles?
It was peaceful, I want to say, because we were in their embrace, so to speak. They took care of us, they took care of him, and because they took care of him so well, we in turn could take care of us and enjoy the time that we had with him. We didn't see the seasons go by, certainly, but we saw him and we could love him fully, paying attention only to him.
And what a gift, in a sense, to be able to just devote yourself entirely to embracing every second that you had and having that support that you didn't have to worry about those other things. Because so many families, perhaps in a similar situation, don't have that support and do feel pulled in all directions.
There's a million things to think about. And most importantly, there's things that you never would think about. And you shouldn't, really. As a parent, you want to see them graduate. You want to see them, do things that you hope your children will do. You don't think about the next round of medication or the next injection that you're going to have to give them or what happens when they have their next seizure. But that is what Canuck Place does for us. They teach us what we need to learn to care for our terminally ill child, and they think about everything for us. They also think about creating memories with our child, and those are what we keep after they go. Very important.
What are some of those memories that you have about Charles during that time?
Oh, I have beautiful memories of just being in the garden at Canuck Place and just enjoying being there with him, taking photos with him, playing with his older brother, William, as well. I have memories of seeing him in the arms of some of the volunteers and just sleeping in their arms and being peaceful. Again, that concept of peace really comes to mind.
And it's clear you're so grateful to Canuck Place for giving that peace to your family. Why the bike tour now?
Why the bike tour now? Great question. I'm passionate about cycling. I'm passionate about what it provided me. It gave me a community. It gave me a sense of purpose, not quite turning pain into purpose, but certainly turning love into purpose, into a forward motion. And so I thought, how can I connect cycling to Canuck Place? And it's in reaching communities that way, connecting communities as well. And I thought this was the best way to do it for me at this time, going as far as I could, the same way that Canuck Place goes very far in what they do for families.
What is your route going to look like then?
Oh, I worked on the final details last night and this morning, really. It's about a 2,000-kilometer route that takes me from the Lower Mainland all the way to Sunshine Coast, on the island, and then into the interior, where I'm going all the way to Cranbrook, Castlegar, all those places, right? And making my way back to Abbotsford to the David Letty house over there.
Wow. You're going to make so many connections along the way, too, which is incredible.
And that's the idea. That's incredible. That's the idea. I want to share how well you can be even after such an experience. And it is all thanks to Canuck Place. And if I can have a family or a medical professional discover the services of Canuck Place, ultimately, that is the most beautiful goal I could ever hope for.
Yeah, and something like that is invaluable. It is a fundraiser, though. Do you have a goal in mind?
I do have an amount that I hope to raise. I hope to raise $100,000 for Canuck Place, and I hope I reach it.
I have no doubt that you will.
Thank you.
How can people get involved if they want to help out?
If they would like to make donations, the website they can go is mycanuckplace.org /tour the Canuck Place.
And you speak with such gratitude to Canuck Place, and you reflect on what, as a mother, I just imagine to be such a heartbreaking time in your life, but you have this peace and love with it. What encouragement would you give to anyone that's going through a similar journey with a child that is ill or is facing a fatal diagnosis? What would you say to them?
Thank you for that question. That is possibly the one that will bring tears to my eyes, right? Because it's not about letting go of your child. It's about making the most of the time you have with them. And I encourage every family or every medical professional to walk into Canuck Place, see what they can do for your child or for your family. You live life exponentially when you pass through those doors, because life suddenly becomes simpler and more beautiful for the reason that they are helping you figure it all out, even giving you the space to not know what's next. And that's huge. They're just walking alongside you and giving you the best they can. It's fantastic.
That's such an incredible thing that they do. And I know other families that have been through similar experiences, and it's overwhelmingly wonderful that they are able to provide that. Mireille, I really appreciate you coming in and sharing your story, but also sharing a little bit of Charles with us.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Good luck on the ride.
Thank you.
Mireille Larosa is a mother and advocate who's embarking on a bike tour across British Columbia to raise funds for Canuck Place Children's Hospice Care. She starts her cycling tour across BC on Monday.